Hi guys, this is Breaker and I am back with another game from the CPL Shenyang. This one's supposed to be between, let me see here, I forget actually, this is kind of crazy. Ah yes, upper right hand corner, spawning as our blue Protoss, it should be Todd, yes. He says, Je mesure autant du temps pour split de ma vie, and in the lower right hand corner, our red Terran should be Carn. And he belongs to the ETD? No, oh, no. He's probably just borrowing a friend's account. Now, I did do a little bit of research on Carn, considering he was basically, to the best of my knowledge, really underground for the longest time. How do I say this? He tried going to South Korea for the longest time to try and basically compete with the Koreans and struggling to get into Code A is my understanding. I checked up on his fan club on teamliquid.net, but the fact that we see him playing Terran right now only confirms my initial thoughts that this could be that that French guy. The only other alternative I would have had is Patrick. I forget his last name, but he's the pro CS 1.6 player who's currently living in Taiwan, representing Fnatic and doing a lot of marketing stuff and casting for Fnatic as well. But altogether, we just know that it's not that guy. I don't know. There's a few players that can go pro across multiple platforms. I mean, there's Sky. Sky, he's been a pro for CS 1.6. He's been a pro for Warcraft 3. And now I think he's a pro for, he's not a pro for StarCraft 2. I think it's Dota that he's playing right now, Dota 2. Speaking of, I feel like playing more and more of that lately. But thus far, to this point, I wouldn't have put it beyond him being the Swedish Patrick Carn that I told you guys about. But given the fact that we saw Todd speaking French at the beginning of this game, I'm not too surprised to see that it's the French Carn that I was talking about, who's got his fan club on teamliquid.net. Well, it looks like YoanM, aka Todd, is going to be going for, this looks like the tempo of a single gas expo of some sort or another. Perhaps, just perhaps. Now he's going to send his probe back and try and get a read on just what we have from Carn, but at the same time, Carn's got his one Marine in proper position, playing standard, playing safe. Oh, but wait a minute. Okay, Cybernetics core is there. Zealot moving out, just ensuring that there's no SCV trying to block him or anything like that. There's a few things that we could see from this proxy pylon. Okay, it could just be some kind of later pressure that Todd has plans to put down that he hasn't just yet. That's just one idea. Another one would be actually throwing down, say, a proxy Stargate. And a proxy Stargate in this position would be super ideal because, of course, it's right next to the natural. Look at that distance. So short. So short. But the survivability of the Stargate later on is actually questionable, if you will. But it looks like, for the time being, we're going to have Carn moving back just a teeny bit. And Todd, Carn's micro just slipping a teeny bit there, but this one Marine's going to be able to infinitely peck away at that Zealot. Oh man, and that was pretty boss right there. That Zealot just used its psionic powers to kind of just whoosh his opponent away. As you did see, he was actually just far too away to actually validly kill via melee attack. And it looks like, oh wait a minute, Todd's going to try and abuse his opponent right here. And will he be able to do it or not? That was so close. That's 2 HP. That's 2 HP. But no, the Marine. Now it's in the bunker. We'll get 5 range. Okay, so Todd, what is your plan here? 4 Stargate, or it's gonna be 4 gateways going down. So this could be a forward pressure, yeah, it's just looking like it's going to have the tempo of a forward pressure right now, not so much a proxy Stargate. I'm definitely just basically leaning away from that right now. But that Hero Stalker, 5 Marine kills. If we'd just seen maybe one SCV get pulled to attack that Stalker, I think it could have been a different story, but won't put too much emphasis on it right now. So what Todd's going to do now is he's essentially going to try and contain his opponent, maybe force his opponent to pull SCVs onto the bunker and maybe pick off a few kills that way. He's going to have Zealots, Stalkers, and he doesn't have much more behind this. But here it is. I mean, I think with what he's got here, he could actually end up breaking open that bunker unless we see that Widow Mine just make the absolutely most clutch connection it could. Look at how many Marines we have here after all. They are in low numbers, and it looks like Todd may be trying to get a force field on that ramp to prevent anything from going up there. The SCVs have been pulled, and now he's going to prevent Carn from pulling anything down that ramp in the near future. But it looks like the orbital command will survive, and Carn, he's basically being put in a position where he's got to do something to retaliate for this. He does, of course, have his starport here. He can send out a medevac drop or something of that nature, and he... wait a minute. Those Widow Mines. Oh, man. Oh, man. Widow Mine number 1 made a good connection. Widow Mine number 2, okay connection there. Not the best, but it still works out in the end, as we do see Todd, for the moment, repelled. But at the same time, what's bigger is behind this, he's actually able to take his own natural. He's able to saturate it as he pleases, and... bunkers, double bunkers. This is something a little bit unorthodox. Just a little bit unorthodox. And at the same time, we now see Carn retaliating. Meanwhile, in the background, I'm sorry about that. In the background, we actually see a Twilight Council being made. Alright. Widow Mine number 1 is going to burrow and get a couple of kills. And just 2. Maybe prevent some mining time, but there's no cannon here available just yet. And it's going to basically delay gas mining time. Gets 3 kills with that 1 Widow Mine. Not too bad, but at the same time, he himself has already lost 14 workers. All of the units that were put in the forward position by Todd are now forced to basically pull back. So Carn's just like, get off my front lawn, and you know, Todd just backs up. He's like, hey man, hey, yeah, sorry bro. But beyond that, if he tries to get on the front lawn yet again, we see these Widow Mines coming into position, burrowed perfectly almost. And both players just going at it as best they can, getting themselves back into this game, putting themselves into this game moreover. We do of course see that, oh wow, Dark Shrine behind this. That's, I don't know, Todd has no reason to really perceive that he's actually behind, so getting this Dark Shrine, I think, you know, he's probably just trying to seal a lead with that, and that would be a good idea. But at the same time, I think Carn's in a position where he could end up taking just absolutely colossal amounts of damage, simply given the fact that he doesn't have any detection yet, aside from, what is it, these orbital commands here. He hasn't scanned his opponent to figure out just what that Twilight Council is there for. And I saw this coming, I really did, but I didn't call it out sooner. The the charge and the +1 armor is going to be super effective against Marines later on. It would really seal the deal if he got +2 armor, because that would basically negate anything, any +2 attack that the Marines actually have in the near future. And so far, this is actually going to put Todd so far behind, because... Actually, this is going to put Todd so far ahead because we've got the DTs going in here. They will cause economic damage, but at the same time, the one thing that I wanted to emphasize is that our Terran doesn't have any upgrades yet, and he hasn't gone for them just yet. And now this is it. We see the mineral line being eaten alive, and the tech lab that's actually researching the combat shields was kind of under attack there for a minute, and it looks like that DT is going to go back to attacking it. Now enough energy for 1 scan, but that's it. Oh no, and now it looks like Todd just, or not Todd, but rather Carn just missed that. Widow Mines over here. There's enough for a scan in the natural. The Widow Mines should be able to deal with it. And now it looks like the DT in the main is, the DTs in the main, excuse me, are going to cause so much more economic damage. I mean, if they can kill all the SCVs, then that's it. Boom. There's no way that we can see static detection get built. And for the time being, since that missile turret is finished, we see Todd backing off quite cleverly. And the robo facility going down, but the 3rd orbital command is about to finish up. And there's the GG from Carn. He's just like, I don't want to deal with this. And who could blame him? I mean, look at the way this happened. It wasn't pretty. Alright guys, so if you liked what you saw here today, again, just click on the subscribe button. This is Breaker. I'll be bringing you game number 2 between Carn and Todd in just a few minutes. Our Francophone StarCraft 2 players.